What is the biggest lesson you walked away with from Kansas, or walked away Kansas from Kansas?
What was the biggest lesson I walked away with after the race in Kansas? I would say it was my first mile and a half race. Those tracks are insane, so fast. I can't explain it. It's so cool. So, the fact that I finished every lap was huge. I mean, to be honest, I'm the only person in the whole series that has completed every single lap of the season so far. Knock on wood, hopefully we continue that because that's the best way to learn. I also learned, I got really frustrated when we lost that lap. Like I was angry and I got in my head and Mark Rett, my crew chief, was like, just calm down, just focus on driving, we'll focus on everything else. And I learned that even when you think you're down and out, right? You think it's over. I can never catch back up. You got to keep your head down and keep going because, we did. We made it back on the lead lap, passed a bunch of cars, and made it back into the top 10. I think we might have had a top 5 in there if we didn't have the incident on pit lane. But, still happy that we have a race car that we got to put in the hauler and I get to drive in 2 weeks. It has no damage on it, and that's a good thing. I learned a lot, and I'll be ready for the next race.
Finishing every lap as well, literally to this date, is something extremely amazing and something to be proud of. For sure.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, finishing every lap as a race car driver, it's not easy to do because a lot of the incidents and crashes that happen in front of you can collect you. So much is out of your control, a tire failure or something, something like that. So we've been very fortunate so far this season to get through. And like I said, maybe I could be more aggressive on lap 10, but if I end up in the wall and I don't get to do the last 90 laps and I get no finish, like I learn nothing, right? So if I want to keep learning and progressing, and if I want to win races, if you want to win, you got to finish first. So you know what I mean? Sorry.
But you had mentioned that you avoided a wreck.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Yes, I did. I avoided a wreck. I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but I was like the third car in line going into turn 1, and I saw the 15 car get a little squirrely, and she hit the wall and came across and hit the number 97. And I thought that they had kind of saved it, but then the 97 came straight across me, and I'm going, 180, 190 miles an hour at the time, and I just missed him by... You could probably barely put a piece of paper in between us. But I think if you guys could listen to my radio when I was, I said a lot of bad words during the race. But in that moment, it was a bad word because I was happy. Sorry. Very passionate when I'm in the race car, for sure.